Okay, good afternoon. I hope this blog finds you well. This is going to be an update on my Arduino project. It has been on hold for a while because I've been trying to get an enclosure for it. Now, I don't have any CAD software and I have no CAD experience, so I had to ask around a bit. Thankfully, somebody at work, a colleague at work, has got CAD experience, so I sent them loads of dimensions, and I sent them photographs and how it should be laid out and some ideas. So they did the CAD for me, which was great. I was waiting for them to print it, but they couldn't print it for me. Thankfully, another lovely little friend, Abby, who's on my Facebook, said she could do it, which is brilliant. So I sent her the CAD files, and she has very kindly made me this. So this is the box that's going to house it. The idea is the sensor's going to go in here. That's where the speaker is. On-off switch. And the idea is I'm going to put like a necklace thing around here, so it's going to hang on my front, and so that if someone comes into distance, it'll beep at me. That's the theory. Anyway, so now I have the box. I have to assemble it. I did have a minor, rather a major problem when I tried to test it back in the summer. Something went catastrophically wrong, and I'll put a link to a video I took of what happened. Okay, you join me. Hopefully I've done the video from my mobile phone explaining what's happened. So I'm outside because it smokes quite a lot. This is what happens, and I haven't changed anything. All I've done now is taken the sensors out. But when I engage the battery, that happens, and it smells awful. So there's obviously something that's shorted. I don't know what, but yeah, it is not happy at all. So I'd like to know what the hell's gone wrong. Thankfully my friend's going to drop me around another one. I have connected it correctly. I've got obviously the red cable going into raw and the black cable going into ground, but yeah, it's not having it, so answers on a postcard, please. Needless to say, I killed that particular Arduino, so I've had to get hold of another one. So I'm going to have to reprogram that, because I haven't reprogrammed that one yet. I think the other component survived. I don't know yet, until I get it working. But they're only cheap components and I can just order them if need be. My major problem is getting hold of an Arduino which has the solder things on, has the headers on, because I can't solder, so there's no point in me getting a board and the headers because I've got no way of attaching it. So I have to get a pre-soldered one. But a friend of mine, Peter, he's had loads of these in, so he's done that for me. So that's great. So I have an Arduino, have all the bits, and now I have a case. So you should see some more videos from me assembling Arduino in this case. I've already discovered that this is a bit tight for the battery component, so I'm going to have to fire that out a bit. It's only a mil. It's not by much, so I'm just going to have to file this down a little bit so I can get the battery component in here. I've also noticed that the switch is on the wrong side, so that's annoying, so I might have to, I don't know whether I'm going to elongate that temporarily or something. I mean, this is only a prototype. There'll be iterations to this, hopefully, if Abby is willing to do me another one. But I can get into the CAD program now. And the first thing I'm going to do is switch the switch to the other side because it's on the wrong side. And I think the speaker needs to be like little holes rather than one massive thing here. And again, it probably doesn't need to be this thick, but it's got to accommodate all the cables because I'm not soldering or anything, so it's probably a bit bigger than it needs to be. I've got a charging hole in the bottom of here because there's been a couple of iterations to the design. I'm now going to go with a 9-volt rechargeable battery rather than So I'm hoping to be able to recharge it in case once it's assembled. You shouldn't have to go into it. All you've got to do is sort of plug in I'm going to see if I can get a USB plug to sit in the bottom here, so I can just plug it in and charge it. So that's the theory. Now I have a box. I got something to work with. I've got all the components. So hopefully the next video you'll see from me is assembling it. So as I say, look out for my next video. Thanks so much for sticking with me. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.